Ayoko ng oatmeal. Ayoko ng oatmeal sa almusal. Ayoko ng oatmeal sa umaga. Ayoko ng oatmeal kahit anong oras. Alam niyo kung bakit? Kung meron man akong iti-take for breakfast, kape lang, tubig, o di kaya tsaa, sapat na. So, bakit ayoko ng oatmeal sa umaga? Tingnan natin isa-isa kung ano yung nasa oatmeal. And naiintindihan ko po kung marami sa inyo yung kumakain pa rin ng oatmeal at kumakain ito kasi nga yun yung pinaniwalaan nating healthy. Ito yung matagal na nating sinasabi na kapag kakain ka ng oatmeal para sa mga gustong pumayat, papayat, para sa gustong bumaba yung kanilang blood sugar, pababa yung kanilang blood sugar, and generally, kapag kumakain ka daw ng oatmeal, ay healthy ito, especially sa mga batang hindi masyadong mahilig kumain. Pero so far, sa tagal nyong kumakain ng oatmeal, kamusta naman po? Nagbabawas ba ng timbang yung mga gustong mag-weight loss? And yun namang gustong pababain yung kanilang blood sugar, bumababa naman ba? Meaning, ibig sabihin, yung bumababa natin, hindi lang yung FBS ha, yung fasting blood sugar. Try to check kung magkano yung increase or difference ng inyong blood sugar bago kayo kumain, and check it 30 minutes after kayong kumain ng oatmeal, and then check it again after 1 hour, and then check it again after 2 hours. Most likely, after 1 hour or 2 hours, yung blood sugar nyo, it will parang normalize. So, yung normal na definition, basta postprandial, ibig sabihin pagkatapos kumain, is less than 200. Pero alam nyo ba yung katumbas niyan when it comes to HbA1c? That's already very, very high. Sobrang taas na yan. Nasa more than 10 na yan. And that can already lead into diabetes because yung kapag chine-check natin yung postprandial lang, yung pagkatapos lang ng ating pagkain 2 hours before, pwede na ma-miss natin na tumaas pala yung ating blood sugar 30 minutes or 1 hour after eating. Simply because yung ating insulin sensitivity is nandun pa rin naman as compared sa mga frank diabetics na yung kanilang insulin sensitivity ay sobrang baba na. Ito yung tinatawag nating insulin resistance. And so, bakit ako personally ayoko ng oatmeal aside sa hindi ko gusto yung kanyang texture at ayoko ng kanyang lasa, and before, nung bata kami, pinipilit kaming kumain ng oatmeal, and the only way for me to eat oatmeal kapag ito ay maraming gatas, so parang nagiging siya, parang pastillas. So, ganun siya ka-thick, and that's the only way for me to eat oatmeal. But otherwise, oatmeal is considered na sinasabi nating healthy, pero now we know na pwede palang maraming other better options than oatmeal. If you've been eating oatmeal for so long, but yet meron pa rin kayong iniinom na ibang gamot, and then hindi pa rin bumabagsak yung inyong blood sugar, try to see, baka yun yung missing link. Of course, hindi lang oatmeal. Sugar, desserts, soft drinks, mga kung ano-anong fast foods, junk foods, alam na natin yon. But why are we talking about oatmeal ngayon? Because marami pa rin na nagli-live na without rice. Marami na tayong members in more than 350,000. Malapit na tayong mag 400,000 in Life Without Rice. Plus the 200,000 plus members in Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community. And of course, thank you sa 475,000 nating mga followers in Facebook, and also the 1,900 viewers ngayon. So, bakit natin gustong i-remove yung ating intake of carbohydrates? Because intake of carbohydrates na nakakapag-spike ng ating blood sugar will induce insulin spike as well. At kapag yung insulin ay parating mataas sa ating katawan, ito ay nagdudulot ng fat storing and protein storing hormones. So, yung katawan natin, magkakaroon siya into anabolic phase. Ibig sabihin, yung kaniyang switch na magte-turn on is yung energy saving. Ayaw niya ng energy spending because insulin will signal harvest season. Kapag mataas yung insulin parati sa ating katawan, akala ng ating cells, no, is ito yung mga panahon na dapat tayo'y mag-imbak, na dapat yung mga pagkain nakakain natin, hindi natin basta-bastang igastusin. Because, yun nga, nasanay siya na maraming panahon noon, 2 million years ago, na meron tayong panahon na tayo'y nag-aayuno o nagfa-fasting. So, nagpre-prepare siya ng fasting. Hindi niya alam na hindi na tayo nagfa-fasting na yon. Hindi alam ng cells natin na meron na pala tayong refrigerator. Hindi alam ng cells natin na meron na pala tayong Food Panda or Grab Food na pwede lang nating i-text. Hindi niya alam na meron na tayong 24 hours available fast food at marami pang iba. But our body is still stuck. Nandun pa rin siya sa panahon ng ating hunter-gatherer ancestors, wherein na yung pagkain is bibihira lang kung dumating. And kapag nakakain ito ng sugary foods, carbohydrate-rich foods, akala niya harvest season. Akala niya ito yung panahon na namumunga yung mga fruits and vegetables around. Kaya yun yung time for it to save as many calories, as many energy coming mostly from vegetables and carbohydrates. Mainly simple sugars like glucose and fructose. Kaya nga lang, yung ating body is not capable of storing so much glucose and fructose. Wala tayong kakayahan na mag-imbak ng maraming carbohydrates. The only carbohydrates that's being stored mostly is yung glycogen sa ating liver. However, yung capacity ng liver natin to store glycogen is actually very limited. Nasa 2,000 kilocalories lang. Good for one day. Ano ang difference ng glycogen or di kaya starch? These are complex carbohydrates as compared to simple sugar. So, imagine niyo kung meron kayong gustong dadalhin na pera, tapos yung inyong ayaw nyo ng mabigat, 'di ba? So, ano ang pipiliin nyo? Tingnan natin. Coins or papel. Okay? So, yung ating energy through carbohydrates is also like that. The coins will signify simple sugars. So, isang kutsarita ng asukal, no? So, isang kutsarita ng asukal is, say, for example, nasa 4 pesos yan, okay? Nasa 4 na coins, yung isang teaspoon ng asukal. And then, yung atin namang starch, say, for, dito sa ating oatmeal, ito na lang yung gawin nating example, okay? So, yung oatmeal natin, meron siyang total carbohydrates of 23. Okay? 23 yung kanyang total carbohydrates. And then, i-deduct natin dyan yung dietary fiber. So, yung dietary fiber niya is composed of insoluble and soluble fiber. So, yung soluble, yung nadadigest, yung insoluble, hindi talaga nadadigest. Pero, i-deduct natin yung 3.2 to 23. So, round off na lang natin. 23 minus 3, so that is 20 grams. So, kahit pa sinasabi dito na zero sugar ito, so it is true ha, this is really true. Wala naman talaga itong added sugar. But yung iniisip niyang sugar dito is yung talagang table sugar. Pero, bakit na by consideration, this is still considered as 20 gram net carbs? Because yung total carbohydrate is 23. Minus 3 na fiber, kasi yung fiber, hindi siya nako-convert into energy. So, that will leave us to 20. So, ano yung 20 na ito? So, yung 20 na ito is still carbohydrates, but complex carbohydrates. So, when it comes to money, yung 20 na nandyan is hindi in sugar form, but in parang paper form. Hindi siya in coins form. It is in paper form. Wala nga lang akong 20 pesos dito. So, it's like 20 pesos na papel. So, kapag nakita mo siya, hindi mo siya aakalaing sugar din pala siya. Hindi mo aakalaing eto pala ay katumbas din ng glucose. But the moment na naipasok na natin yung papel o yung starch na nandito at kakainin na natin, kapag nakarating na siya sa ating tiyan, kapag na gawa na siya ng paraan ng ating pancreatic amylase, yun yung mga ating enzymes na nagbe-breakdown ng starch. Eto, pagdating sa ating tiyan and pagpasok sa ating liver, they still become coins. So, yun yung concept kung bakit na ayaw ko ng oatmeal sa umaga. Kasi, ayoko ng oatmeal in general in my life? It's because I don't want to spike my blood sugar. Mahilig ako sa matatamis before. And then, even now, yung sabi natin, once an addict, always an addict. So, recovering addict. Kung kakain man ako ng carbohydrates, I'd rather go for sweets than this one. Kasi, this one, 20-gram net carbs is already equivalent to 5 teaspoons of white sugar. Kahit mahilig ako sa matamis, hindi ko kayang kumain ng 5 teaspoons of white sugar. So, dito, akala mo hindi ka kumakain ng matamis kasi nga, ina-avoid mo ng tamis, kinakain mo pa siya ng plain, hindi mo pa nilalagyan ng sugar, although yung iba, naglalagay ng honey. For those na naglalagay pa ng honey, kindly watch po yung video natin last night about honey and saging and bakit hindi recommended yung honey and saging. So, sabihin natin plain oatmeal yung kakainin mo. Akala mo sobrang healthy ka na. But, for all you know, you are equally taking 5 teaspoons worth of sugar. I understand na maraming magsasabi, magkaiba yan because it's complex carbohydrates, meron yung fiber. Yeah, we consider the fiber. And yes, meron yung nagsasabi na it is actually healthier. It is healthier as compared, for example, to waffles o di kaya pancake na hindi low carb ha, because we have a low carb waffles and pancake made of UKP mix sa LCF Essentials PH. So, iba yon. But general pancakes, like the ones you buy in the grocery, yung mga mix, o yung mga pancake na kahit kayo mismo na gumawa, but it's made up of wheat flour, white flour, tapioca flour, or whatever flour, or even oatmeal flour, oat flour. So, that is still the same. So, this one is just better if, say, for example, yung kino-compare mo dito is soft drinks, is yung kino-compare mo dito is yung desserts, o di kaya, ano pa ba? Ano pa bang usual na breakfast? Hindi na kasi ako nagbe-breakfast nakakalimutan ko na yung ibang breakfast. Okay, so 2 cups of rice, white rice, or pandesal na sobrang dami, tapos may kung ano-ano pang palaman, matatamis na peanut butter, and all that. So, maybe this one is better. But what is best, if you want, is actually just, wala na yan. Try to remove it. You can just have, kung gusto mo pang, ayaw mo pang mag-fasting, you can have eggs, you can have chicken, you can have vegetables, green leafy vegetables, you can have meat, pork, or seafood, o isda, o kahit anumang proteins, fiber, without too much calories coming from carbohydrates. 'Di ba? Those are more nutritious. Those are more nutrient dense and those are more natural. Kasi tayo ngayon nasa scam na tayo just because we have to buy it, just because it's more expensive, just because ito ay maganda sa commercials, okay? And sinasabing ang healthy is yun talaga yung binibili natin. But if you look at it by nature, yung pinaka-healthy pagkain talaga, yung hindi nakapakete, yung hindi natin kailangang bilhin. I mean, hindi natin kailangang gastusan ng extra. So, because when you buy this, you're also buying for the plastic, you're also paying for the plastic, for the processing, for the preservatives, for everything. But kung bibili kayo ng 1 kilong karne, 300 pesos man yan, 1 kilong karne, karne yan. You don't pay for say for example, the packaging, yung labor lang ng butcher at yung kanyang stall siguro sa kanilang tindahan. But otherwise, you are not paying extra. You are getting your money's worth. And for those naman na sanay ng mag-intermittent fasting, you can do like me. So, anong oras na ngayon? It's already 11:44. So, it's my lucky and unlucky numbers. So, kape lang. So, this one is coffee. Kaya nga lang, ayoko ng kapeng matapang. So, eto, 2 coffee. So, 1 kape lang to, but hinati ko lang. And also, if you want, kung ayaw nyo ng mataas na caffeine, you can also have tea. So, any herb teas. Kung naka-fasting pa kayo, try to get the herb teas. But if you're already not on a fasting mode, you can have berry or fruit teas. And then, lagyan lang ng water and then put some ice. I'm now very used to water or a little flavored water. So, kahit anong tsaa. And then, lalagyan ko lang siya ng ice and water. Parang may lasa lang. That's already good enough. So, that's the reason why ayoko ng oatmeal sa umaga. Ayoko ng oatmeal noon. Ayoko ng oatmeal ngayon. Ayoko ng oatmeal ever. And this is not against any business. Okay? We are not against any business because business, the market will always be there. Malay nyo, kapag hindi nyo na binibili yung oatmeal, mag-create sila ng low-carb oatmeal, di ba? So, those are possibilities. So, we are not against any brand, any marketing. So far, yan lang yung nakita kong pinakamura kasi ayoko naman mag-spend sa bagay na hindi ko gagamitin. And that one, I bought really para to show you what's in oatmeal. So, this is just 33 grams of oatmeal. And then, 23 grams of that is the total carbohydrates. Yun yung tinitingnan natin. And then, minus the 3.2 fiber. So, that will leave us around 19.8 of net carb. So, gawin na natin 20. So, sinasabing healthy ito kasi nga marami siyang added na mga kung anek-anek. So, meron siyang, what's that? Iron, 1.1, to which hindi naman natin ganun kakailangan, only for females, and you are better off getting iron from liver or red meat. Zinc, 0.6. So, these are very, very small trace minerals. Magnesium is 33. Yung kailangan natin sa araw-araw is 400 to 600 grams. So, that's very small. Calcium, that's also so small. 13 ba yan? This is per 100 pa nga. But per serving, halos negligible yung kanilang number. So, that is why minamarket ito as healthy because it's this is fortified. Nilagyan nila ng vitamins. Pero, this is not really negligible. See? Vitamin B12, 4 grams, 8 grams, 2 grams. That's all very small. Kakain ka ng isang hiwang karne o liver, sobra-sobra, tapos mo na yung RDA mo in a day. So, this is not really the best food. Meron dito ang sabi, beta-glucan to help lower cholesterol. And in the first place, in low-carb nutrition, we are actually not afraid of cholesterol. We are not afraid na tumaas yung cholesterol as long as there is no inflammation, no ongoing elevation of triglycerides, VLDL, because cholesterol is essential for production of vitamin D in our body, and vitamin D, as we all know, yun yung primary na nakakapag-strengthen ng ating immune system, and it is now linked to so many other problems na kapag kulang ka ng vitamin D, your metabolism will also be at risk of damage. So, cholesterol is not bad as long as ito ay hindi nangyayaring tumataas katulad o kasabay ng inflammation sa katawan. Wala kayong mataas na BP, walang mataas na blood sugar, wala kayong problem sa inyong kidneys and sa inyong liver, wala kayong fatty liver. That can happen. That cholesterol is just part of our normal metabolism. Yung katawan natin gumagawa ng cholesterol because it's essential. Yung masamang cholesterol, yung cholesterol na hindi nagagamit. So, malalaman nyo yan if your cholesterol is high but you are eating carbs because those cholesterol are being stored, hindi siya ginagamit. But for those na naka-low carb, especially sticking to our safe list, the JGC Rojo food list, kung merong mang slight elevation of your cholesterol, try to check dahil baka nasa LDL or LDL and nasa HDL lang naman yung mataas. HDL is the good cholesterol. It's the good kind of lipids. It's protective. It's the real protective na molecule sa ating katawan. LDL naman, maraming nagsasabi na masama yung LDL, but those are not knowledgeable na yung LDL is meron palang large dense LDL and small dense LDL. The small dense LDL is the dangerous one. And by research, people who are eating low carb food and are fasting have large density LDL. So large density LDL are healthier, are the healthy LDL as compared to the small density LDL na yun yung nakakabigay ng risk for heart attacks and stroke. And if you are just taking medications to lower your cholesterol, you may choose that, but I suggest you can also do your own research and find out, because right now marami na ring nagkikitang findings na lowering LDL, lowering total cholesterol for no reason, just because you just want to lower it, but the inflammation is still there. Meron pa ring inflammation, yung inyong calcium score ay mataas pa rin. Yun yung mga scores na nagkikita natin at risk for heart attacks and cardiovascular events. Kahit pa mababa ang iyong cholesterol, you will still have that similar risk of getting those cardiovascular events. So, hindi lang dapat cholesterol yung titingnan natin. More than that, of course, we don't want also yung sobrang taas na wala namang rason bakit nandyan. But more than cholesterol or more than the fats that you are looking into, try to check first your intake of sugar, your intake of carbohydrates. If I tell you na ayoko ng manigarilyo, of course, it's a given. Manonood ba kayo? You will not watch that because that's already a given and people already know that smoking is not good. And yet, even the manufacturers of cigarettes, nilalagyan nga nila sa kanilang label na smoking kills. And yet, people buy. So, this one is not really about marketing or it's not about business. But this video is for those people who are trying their best, who are doing their best, following every health tip na nakikita nila on how to be healthy. Nagsastock ng kilo-kilong oatmeal, but they can never reach that 80, 90, less than 100 fasting blood sugar in the morning, or yung kanilang postprandial right after eating na blood sugar ay lumalagpas ng 120 or 130. And for them, that's already normal. Okay lang sa kanila na after eating nasa 150, 160, 170, 180, 190 yung kanilang blood sugar just because yung target is just below 200. And that is also the reason why you'll never really get over your medications. Never kayo makaka-reach ng remission. Remission by definition ng American Diabetes Association and the UK Diabetes, UK ba yun? UK Diabetes na association will be achieved. Pwedeng ma-achieve yung remission with the right dietary management and lifestyle change. Pwede na ang isang tao ay magkaroon ng normal HbA1c for 1 year and normal fasting blood sugar control for 1 year without intake of medications. But of course, it has to be with the right support. Please, wag nyo pong basta-basta lang subukan on your own kasi marami talaga. Unless siguro nabasa nyo na yung mga maraming libro about it, about low carb, and nood nyo na lahat ng YouTube channel, especially with Dr. Jason Fung, na one of the first doctors who really made this one popular. He is a nephrologist in Canada. And meron siyang center on fasting and low carb, specifically for diabetes and those diabetics with kidney problems. So, pwede yan as long as it should be done the guided way. And if ever you will take this or do this at your own risk, please don't blame us. Wag nyo pong basta-basta i-blame lang na si low carb ay nakapunta kayo sa emergency room o ano man. Because you didn't actually followed it, or maybe you didn't do it the right way, or you were not able to consult first and have a clearance with a low-carb doctor before starting. So, better safe. But for those naman na wala namang health issues and just want to keep a good weight and become healthier and avoid illness, so you can just easily start it. No need to fast right away. You can just do low carb anytime. Kung gusto nyo mag-almusal lang kayo in the morning, anytime you want. Basta as long as you stick to our safe list. Low carb, nutrient dense, mataas sa proteins, healthy kind of proteins, and make sure that the fats that you are eating are the natural fats, hindi yung factory-made fats. And after 1 week or 2 weeks, I hope you will already be fat adapted. Ibig sabihin, yung katawan nyo ay magiging sensitive na to nutrition, to the signal na kung kakain man ito, magugutom man ito, only when it really needs it nutritionally. Hindi na tayo masasanay just because it's time to eat, our usual time to eat is kakain tayo. I hope you become appetite corrected, that you will only eat only when you really need it. So, yun lang muna for now. I'll see you later for our tip number 10. tip number 10 of 31 of no weight gain, just health gain December. Kape tayo. Cheers everybody. Maraming salamat. Have a good day. It's Friday today. Enjoy and have a good weekend. I'll see you tomorrow sa lahat na magsasali ng ating meet and greet here in Davao. I'll see you around 4 or 5 o'clock. And on Sunday naman, para yung mga nasa NCR, eto po yung tugon sa sinasabi natin last time na hindi nakasama sa ating Subic meet and greet, and we will be at the Penthouse in Makati. I'll see you there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, and our last meet and greet will be in Iloilo. So I hope to see you din po on Iloilo on Monday. So meet up na tayo by 4 or 5. Kung meron pa kayong trabaho, yeah, you can come in at 5. Hopefully, we will be able to stay longer so that we can spend more time with you. Kasama po dyan yung mga admins natin from Bacolod. All of them will come, and I hope you will all get to meet them, including Maming, Coach Andrew, Coach Alvin, Mabi, Angela, and also even our other admins. We have Admin Tin and Admin Gracie Lou. So thank you so much. Maraming salamat. And for those who wish to be guided, we also have LCF Masterclass by Josephine Grace Chuarojo MD. We have a page for that. Itatag namin mamaya. Thank you po. Have a good day. Always have a good life. Remember to stay low carb so that we all stay safe. Cheers!